everybody, Started Moby here once again, and today I got episode 64 of Gaming as a Pope. Hell yeah. Really don't know why I say hell yeah there, but hell yeah. Yeah. Anyways, the gameplay today is Borderlands 2. That game is pretty awesome. I got that suggested by somebody that I don't remember who did it. But thanks for the suggestion. That game is pretty fucking cool. It's pretty, I don't know, it's pretty fucking sweet. Claptrap is badass. I keep running out of ammo for some reason in that game, but whenever I do have ammo, it's pretty fucking awesome. So remember, if you guys have any suggestions, be sure to leave those in the comment section below. I've been getting a bunch of really awesome suggestions recently, so leave some more, and I'll try to play those games in future episodes. Anyways, the gameplay or the articles today are pretty fucking sweet. We're gonna be talking about Mass Effect maybe getting remastered for the next generation. Also, Zynga's coming out with some more games, and some cell phones might get Windows and Android on them all at the same time. So pretty cool. Let's jump right into this episode. And like I said, moving into our first Gaming as a Pope article, this one's talking about Mass Effect, and maybe it's getting remastered for the PS4 and the Xbox One. So basically, BioWare, which is a developer, they've been discussing the possibility of a Mass Effect trilogy on the PS4, Xbox One, fan tweet about 1080p, blah blah blah, and they're also talking about how the recent Tomb Raider game had a remastered version for the next generation consoles called the Definitive Edition. So basically, they're thinking about basically porting the games over, making them 1080p with 60 frames per second on the Xbox One and the PS4. Although, I don't really know if they'll be able to do the 60 frames per second on the Xbox One, because like I've said in previous episodes, the Xbox One isn't quite as fast as the PS4, and it's struggling to get that many frames. But we'll see how that goes. Anyways, they say that they are discussing that internally, and they're putting some solid plans together. I don't know. Basically, so there's a possibility of this happening. In my opinion, it's a little bit too soon, I would say. Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 just came out pretty recently. I mean, Mass Effect 3 just came out like maybe 2 years ago. I don't really remember. Maybe 2 years ago. It seems like it. But the games really haven't been out that long. So I feel like a trilogy, I don't know. I feel like it getting remastered already is a little bit, I don't know. I don't think we really need it, but I don't know. I'd rather see some new Mass Effect games personally. So let me know what you guys think. But I don't know, especially Mass Effect 3. I don't know. I just didn't really like that game. And I didn't really care for Mass Effect 1, but I loved Mass Effect 2. So shit, I guess just port Mass Effect 2 over, but forget about 1 and 3 because they fucking suck in my opinion. So, pretty cool. And moving our way into the second Gaming as a Pope article, this one's talking about Zynga, and they're coming out with some new mobile versions of games, including Farmville 2 Country Escape, Zynga Poker, and Words with Friends. Which, by the way, I already thought Words with Friends was on fucking mobile, but whatever. Anyways, you guys know Zynga. Don Matrick is the CEO, and he's, I guess this is relevant because, of course, he basically announced Xbox One and all the bullshit that was with it. And he also did that one interview where he was like, well, if you want to play used games, we got a console for you. It's called the Xbox 360. And everybody was like, Don Matrick, you're a faggot. Go kill yourself. At least at that point. Now, of course, Microsoft fixed all that stuff, and the Xbox One is, it's a lot better now. Anyway, so Don Matrick, I guess he's probably one of the masterminds behind this. I guess Farmville is probably going to fly off the fucking shelves. I'm sure that's going to be crazy. Zynga Poker, I guess that's popular. I don't know. Yeah. And then Words with Friends, once again, wasn't that already on mobile? What the fuck? Anyways, I still hate mobile games. I think they're fucking stupid. I would rather check my Facebook, my Twitter, or basically anything else besides playing mobile games. But for the people of you who do like mobile games, there you go. Now you can play them on your mobile in addition to Facebook. Hell yeah, I guess. And sliding our way into this third Gaming as a Pope article. This one's talking about Carbon Mobiles, which is a company I've never heard of, but apparently they're coming out with the first dual booting Windows and Android phone. So basically it's going to have Windows Phone 8 and Android 4 point whatever ice cream bullshit. I don't know. They have the weirdest fucking terms for operating systems. What the fuck? Anyways, the first phone that's going to run both Windows and Android, which is pretty cool. Now, of course, like we've had that like in computers for a while. I don't know if Windows can do it. Actually, I have no idea if Windows can do it. But I know Mac can run Mac and Windows, of course. So, and a lot of people do that because there's plenty of shit that doesn't run on Mac because Windows is better. That's just my opinion. But anyways, yeah, the first Windows phone is going to come out. And apparently that's because Microsoft has lowered their regulations on whether or not you can have Android and Windows on the same phone. So that's pretty cool. And apparently they're going to come out in the next 3 months, apparently, which is about the, summer and everything. So that's pretty cool. Although it's coming from a company, Carbon Mobiles, which I've never fucking heard of that. I don't know. I guess it's somewhere in India. So, of course, they know how to fucking do that shit. I have no fucking clue. Anyways, that sounds pretty cool. I don't know if I would really care too much about that, but, it's just so interesting how crazy cell phones are getting recently. I mean, it's like a fucking computer, so it's just one more step to having even better and faster cell phones out there. Now we're getting, like, fucking quad cores in these things. It's freaking crazy. So that's pretty cool. We're moving in the right direction, and pretty fucking awesome. And with all that said, that pretty well finishes up episode 64 of Gaming as a Pope. Hopefully you guys like this episode. I'm doing another one of the night episodes on Mondays. I feel like, Monday I have a little bit of time, so I have time to make these episodes. And then I can do shit on Tuesday that I have to get done for classes. So it kind of works out. Hopefully you guys like that schedule. It comes out a little bit later than I'm normally accustomed to doing. But hopefully you guys still like it. And hopefully you guys like the video. Be sure to like the video. That really helps out my channel. Shows other people my channel. And it really helps me out. So pretty cool. Thanks for doing that. And also, I never really talk about this, but I have a Twitter. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that in the top of the description. But if you guys aren't following me and you do have a Twitter already, go ahead and follow me, because I do actually post some stuff on there. Now, I do have to post some stuff for college on there, so I guess you can kind of ignore that shit, unless you actually want to check out my articles, because I have to write articles for my classes. But I also post stuff about, if I'm going to come out with an unboxing pretty soon, I'll post about it. I'll post, just hints to what's going to happen, what I'm going to do. So be sure to follow me. It's just Sergeant Pope. It's also in the description, so follow me. And I don't really want to make this video really long, so thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys have a great motherfucking day, and I'll see you guys around the bend. Peace out.